Yeah, both Lucy and Harriet have had to come through via 6 red shootout. Harriet in the semi-finals, Lucy in the quarter-finals.
Big break from Harriet, but they've gone nasty.
No doubt about it, though, that Harriet will be the favourite for this final. She's been there, she's done it, she's won it all before. This would be a major breakthrough for Lucy. But she's playing some brilliant pool this weekend, and I think there's no doubt in her own mind that she's capable of going on and winning this, the way she's playing. But the way that Harriet's playing, you know that she's going to have to play her best level.
Definitely. I don't know an awful lot about Lucy. I obviously know her from the tour, but I've not seen her until she's come on this tour. But it's clear that she works hard on her game. She's got a good technique. I think it'll be a great final.
Yeah, based in, or from Bristol. They have actually played a final with Ultimate Pool before. They played in a mini-series final about a year or so ago. Harriet got the win on that occasion.
Oh, she just caught the near jaw there, and I expected that not to drop, but she got away with it.
Hasn't landed good though. Awkward pots. Not necessarily the pots themselves, but the angles of them. Maybe could have clipped the higher one in, but I think it would have been very thin. So goes for this one, much easier pot, but coming away from her work. Still on this yellow. That cue ball is running loose, but can she play a little break out of the 8 ball in playing this shot? Might be in her mind. Oh, she went for the direct can. I actually thought the pot was going to send her top cushioning into those, which could have obviously caused some issues in terms of not landing on the next ball. But she felt she could snick it in and play it direct, but missed it on the thin side.
So we'll see how Lucy's feeling with this. She's going straight for the plant down the rail. Oh no, safety.
Yeah, I was exactly with you there. I thought she was taking the plant on. I thought, in my mind, I'm thinking this is attacking. This really is. But depending on the outcome of the shot that Harriet's about to play, will be whether it earns her an opportunity or not. There's a pot on here. Nothing drops for her, so chance for Lucy. I think the one directly below the 8 ball will go top left, and that might give her access to the one next to it. So definitely a possibility for the clearance.
Just weighing up which way to go. She'll have some work to do if she doesn't take the rail shot first, but she may leave herself a double.
Yeah, slightly tricky. Don't know whether it would have been easier for her to be able to get onto the one onto the left-hand side or not there. Obviously really wanted to deal with the 3 at the bottom before coming up, but now it's going to have to really force it.
Cue ball's going to be travelling some now, up and down the table, whichever way she decides to go from here.
I think she has to come bottom left here and float across, try and get the cue ball somewhere below the right-hand centre pocket. Gives you options. Oh, if the straighter one of these 2 reds go, then I'll take it all back. Oh, it does. Makes a big difference. Not how she played it, but it's gone in.
She'll take that. It was tight with that camera angle, just wasn't it? Only had half the pocket.
Doesn't want to be straight. Okay, has landed straight.
Could she screw straight back and flick off the yellow that's just hanging over the middle pockets to create a bit of an angle?
Yeah, just got to be precise though, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's got play, got really get into it, hasn't she?
If she catches it wrong, she could end up nowhere. Needs a bump. That will do. A couple of good nudges for Lucy Smith in the visit. It won't matter. Simple 8-ball for a 1-0 lead. Oh, simple 8-ball missed. That could be a, yeah, that could be a significant moment in this match. And Harriet races out of her chair. Quick player naturally.
She will smell blood.
Yeah. She knows this one will hurt.
Yeah. And Harriet really gains momentum from things like that. She does get a lot of energy from it. She reads into things like, some people, you know, quite laid back, aren't they? But she'll know that that'll hurt Lucy a lot.
Yeah, no, it really does kind of understand those sort of psychological battles out there. Oh, very intriguing opening frame. The eagle-eyed amongst you would have seen it's a race to 6 rather than 5, is it like it is throughout the rest of the tournament? So it's just like the professional events that we have, the races are increased.
I think it'll be interesting to see how Lucy responds to that mistake, because that was a big chance. I think it's Lucy's break now as well. So
it is Lucy to break.
You know, I believe she got a big break, so would have been a good opportunity to make a mark on the match.
Yeah, an opportunity missed, but remind yourself that very much on the break here. 1-0 down is not a bad place to be. It's not a problem. Just about taking your next opportunity. Now, she was doing this in the semi-finals. I commentated on the semi-finals. Standing up tall, but not hitting it with too much power, going for a kind of controlled break, which is quite an unusual technique. Normally when players go for that control break, they kind of stay down on it to really make sure they get the strike right. And when they go up high, they're giving themselves room for the extra power. But Lucy's come up with something that, I mean, she hit, every time she did that in the semi-final, she hit it perfectly. Great splits. Not always make a ball, because it isn't the most powerful break. But when you do make a ball, you get a really good leave.
I've not seen that before.
No, it's very unique.
Like you say, that part, when I saw it queuing up, I wondered if she would emulating Ryan Fleming.
Yeah, but Ryan does it to generate more power.
Yeah,
he stands up and then it gives him a lot more freedom.
Yeah.
The downside is that you lose control. But Lucy's found a way to stand up to gain control.
Yeah. Wow. Needs to cue this nicely. She does. She did that well.
Beautiful shot.
Good opportunity to settle her nerves and put behind her the mistake from before. I think while this looks straightforward, she hasn't got a massive window to fall in. So that's why she's just dropped it in. And she's taken these nicely so far.
Yeah, nice that she's worked it, that the window was where she could drop it in. And a lovely angle just to come back out for the 8-ball. Chooses to go underneath the 8-ball, but same difference. Well controlled shot. Another comfortable 8-ball. This time It's in. What a response that is to the big error in the opening frame. Just turn up with a break clearance in frame 2. And what happened in the opening frame will be gone. Very important visit to the table for Lucy Smith, you feel. And with her run so far through the field this weekend, has already pushed herself up to 5th in the rankings. Can go as high as 4th with victory here. But the big news on the ranking side is that Harriet, who was the number 1 coming into the start of the year, she would go to number 1 with victory here. She would just pip Amy Beecham and go to the top of the pile. Something I know that she was a big driver for her at the beginning of the year. To get that number 1 ranking back.
Yeah, definitely. It's something she strives for constantly. I think now Lucy's had that settling clearance, I think we could see some high quality pool now, Simon, from both players.
I agree. I really do. I expect this to be quite an open match, and both players going for it. Harriet sticking with a cut break. Where the way she's catching it is just making all the balls finish on one side of the table at the moment. It's a similar sort of feel to the opening frame. Keep an eye on the breaks. I don't know if she's catching it a shade thin or this is the plan. Certainly it's going to leave difficult layouts if you keep getting them like this, but all these yellows do go.
Mentioned in the semi-final that I commentated on about Harriet, how she almost forces flow state by picking up a speed.
Yeah.
She, even if it's not quite there was some mistakes in that semi-final, so she'll be wanting to put that behind her, and she picks up a pace and she likes to just get knocking them in and almost bullying her opponent, really.
I think that's a really good word for it. That's a brilliant shot. The previous shot, I say brilliant shot to make the yellow, not brilliant shot for the cue ball, but the previous shot just put herself under pressure. But you are right, I really buy into that. I do think that Harriet makes a big effort to try and bully her opponents out there in the nicest possible way.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be said for it, because if your opponent's seen you knocking in finishes left, right and centre, or they're putting you safe and you're coming out to snookers and creating chances even from that, then it can be quite intimidating. And I think that's what the better players do, isn't it?
Yeah, put you under pressure. Well, chance for Lucy to respond. Don't know if the red directly above the yellow goes in. I think she's looking at it. This is a dangerous loss of turn attempt because the cue ball could run too far. Oh, played really well. Say that. Is there a gap?
There could be a gap there.
Oh, that'd be, if she's on the potting angle. Oh, hey, Harriet's already looking at the potting angle here. That's disappointing for Lucy.
She's played it really confidently as well.
Yeah, I don't know whether to say that's a touch unlucky for Lucy or not, because the gap there is tiny. Probably hasn't quite realised there is a gap. They're having a chat about it as well.
Harriet's happy about it either way.
Yeah. Or maybe they weren't having the biggest conversation. Maybe Harriet was just having a chat with people behind. But either way, Lucy will be very disappointed. Whenever your opponent misses their last ball, you're meant to win those frames. That's how you feel out there. Lucy decided loss of turn was the way to go, and if she'd got the cue ball hidden, then it may well have earned her a great chance to win it. But unfortunately, it's gone the other way. This It's hard to say that it's been a bad season for Harriet this year. When you look at her results, lost us in the final in the first event of the year to Danielle Randall, and 2 semi-finals on the trot. And here we are in event 4, and she's back in the final. You know, her worst result so far has been a semi-final loss. It's not a bad season at all, but
not at all.
The difference it would make to put a title and a bit of silver on top of it would be huge.
That's all she wants, isn't it? You know, she's used to winning competitions. That's what she turns up for, you know.
Amazing to have a look at that technique from Lucy. Very unique in the game.
I'm not sure what I think of it at the minute. I've only seen it twice. So I don't know what to make of it. It's so unusual.
If she keeps breaking like she's broken in the first 2 breaks here, then I think we're all going to be trying it. I mean, that was, you know, the first one generated a break clearance. This one's got a great opportunity for another break clearance.
I think she played that last shot a little soft, really, so she's lost away a little bit with the pattern. It's a bit tricky now. She's got some work to do.
Depends whether the one below the 8 ball, whether that go, how she wants to get on those, but there's definitely enough. If she can just top this through and find the window to the one top left, then she can get to the one top right. Oh, decided to come down the table, so felt that she couldn't get there into the middle, and that's an excellent shot.
It's lovely.
That is brilliant.
Really nice. She's recovered now, so there.
I think she's come far enough for the top left. It would certainly make life a lot easier to take top left before top right. This time felt she had too much angles, goes twice across, played perfectly. Now, the reason I said it would be interesting for the one by the 8 ball, if she can play for the small window to the left-hand side of the 8 ball, then it'd be perfect, but it's quite a small gap. If she tries to come underneath the 8 ball, then she might leave it quite thin. That's the trickier ball to get onto, but if it goes into the left centre, that makes things a little bit easier. How does she see it? Comes around to see if it does go left centre. May not be able to get right behind it.
She seems happy enough. I think she's screwing off the cushion, isn't she, in a cross? It must go.
Could have perhaps done with a turn or 2 more, but don't allow these 2 yellows to come into play. The 8 ball goes top right, that helps.
Played it nicely.
Yeah. Knew she was getting the cannon the way she played that, but no damage done with it. Knew she was just getting a thinner cannon. Excellent. 2 breaks, 2 break clearances. Very good from Lucy Smith. Continues to impress out there. Lucy's also having a good season. Missed event 2. In the events that she has attended. Made it through to the quarterfinals, semi-finals, and now the final. Building nicely throughout the season. Been last 16 in the first event, but semi-final, final run, the last 2 events with the women's series. Potential to add the title, push herself up to 4th in the rankings and get that first one on the board.
I can't call this one, Simon.
No, I can't. You still feel just on the power of the CV that Harriet's the favourite here, but you would say from the way they're playing, you know, Lucy's probably playing the stronger pool, although you could make the case that Lucy's had an opportunity to be 4-0 up here and only 2-2, whereas Harriet's only had chances in 2 of the 4 frames.
And Lucy is breaking the better of the 2 as well.
Oh, by a significant margin. Not just in terms of outcome, because this is dry for Harriet, but also in terms of outcome of making a ball, but also the splits that she's leaving. She's leaving far better splits for clearances. She continues to make balls. Then the minute Harriet loses one off her own break, she could be in trouble. Tough layout here though for a clearance, and Lucy wants nothing to do with it. Harriet is not normally one for a safety exchange.
I think she's going. I think she's going all out.
Well, she may yet just be taking the red to go reds and then play safe on the loss of turn. Yeah.
You don't see that very often, folks.
No, no, you do not. You do not see.
Mark it in your diary.
Yeah.
But definitely the right shot, because this layout is messy. So she's played the percentage shot. I think that's something that Harriet has developed more through playing on the Pro Series. I think she's probably got caught out trying to go for finishes, maybe missing and not getting the chances that she would have got again on the women's tour.
Yeah, I think if I'm being critical of the way that some of the matches she's lost on the women's series, I think she goes into them with such a huge amount of confidence and belief that she goes for probably a touch too much. But more often than not, with that, you know, she does get back to the table. Whereas in the professional events, she's just not going to get back to the table. And it's a strange thing to say, considering obviously last year she won 2 titles on the women's series. This year she hasn't won a title. I think I've seen huge improvements in her game in the last year. You know, having played in the pros, and some of the results that she's had in the pros. You know, she's taken down some of the best players in the world. You know, some good runs out there in the pro series, and that is not easy to do. No,
she's had some brilliant scalps, hasn't she? You know, and she's I'm trying to think of the word. She's put it to him.
Yeah.
You know, she's put herself out there, and she says, right, I'm coming for you as well as you coming for me. You know, you're going to have to beat me well.
Yeah, you're going to have to play well to beat me. I'm not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
One of the most notable results, and there have been plenty, but when she beat Declan Brennan at the Players' Championship a few weeks ago,
Incredible.
I think Declan played a flawless match.
Mm.
I don't think he made a mistake in the match, and the level of ball he played, because the clearances and the chance he had were not easy. Yet Harriet was able to get the victory, so she had to play lights out ball herself, and did.
I watched it. Incredible match that was.
Yeah.
I do feel that with the results that she's had, she, like you say, she's learnt so much, hasn't she, through having that experience.
I've always said you improve playing better players.
Yeah.
If you want to go and improve your game, work hard on your game, go and seek out somebody that, you know, is going to punish you when you make mistakes, and you get that on repeat in the Pro Series by everybody.
Definitely, yeah.
So this is a 3-ball plant by the looks of things. Where do they all end up? Perfect. That's okay.
Yep.
She can just come across the yellow in the middle of the table, and absolutely fine. Well, the line was good. Yeah, quit on it, as you say.
I was about to say it's almost like a training drill, this, for Harriet, but some work to do. Yeah, and it's forced the mistake. She won't be happy with that.
No, and it's another opportunity. Okay, it wouldn't have been a break clearance or a reverse clearance or anything like that, but it was an opportunity to play a very good frame of ball. You know, earned the opportunity for the clearance via good match play, and then an excellent shot to open everything up, but not able to put away the finish, and that's essentially the third time that's happened for Harriet in the match.
And it's in a similar vein to the semi-final that she played against Emma. Simon, Emma had many chances. It was so unlike Harriet. It was a strange match, you know. Not sure what's happened, why she's playing like that. I've not had a chance to speak to Harriet, but there were some. It felt like careless errors.
Yeah, I mean, she had a huge amount of room there just to get across to the right-hand side of the table, and there wasn't a bad angle available then if you do that, and unfortunately left herself as about as awkward as she possibly could. Now, the big thing is that Lucy hasn't punished any mistake that Harriet's made yet. Her 2 frames have both been break clearances, and the times that she's had to punish Harriet, she's not managed to do so. The first frame she missed a bad 8-ball. Now, that's not the best of shots she's ever played either.
Well, I will say, coming back to Harriet and the mistakes, it has been a long weekend, and she has played. Oh wow!
Yeah. Once again, Lucy Smith hasn't punished the error. It's a third gift here for Harriet Haynes.
Wow. Yeah, I was just about to say, for Harriet and Emma, through being on both the women's and the Pro Series, you know, by this time on a Sunday, they've been playing since Thursday. Incredibly hot in the arena, so I'm saying careless mistakes, and I'm probably being a bit harsh. You know, fatigue sets in. It's
yeah, and pressure of the situation and
definitely
everything else, but you just don't always associate that with Harriet. But
I still can't quite believe that.
yeah, I mean, it's 3 times that's happened in the match, as in 3 times. I mean, Lucy could be 5-0 up because it's a race to 6.
Harriet's just sharing the fan with the ref.
Yeah.
And again, it'll be interesting to see, now we're even further into the match clock situation. Lucy's going to have to be very mentally strong now to come back from, as you say, 3 mistakes. Big mistakes, chances that, again, are uncharacteristic from Harriet. So we'll really see what Lucy's got in this now.
Yeah. I think first thing she'd like is another opportunity off her own break that she can run through. Yeah, going to get a ball.
Very difficult. That cue's very loose at the back, isn't it? So very difficult to drive that through straight with nothing. It's not against the body anywhere, is it?
It's really hard to do that on consistently, and that's probably the worst that she's hit it. And I commentated on a semi-final as well. Out of all the breaks, that one still made a ball, and a very good opportunity. Opening shot actually is the trickiest.
Yeah,
that was
very
tricky.
difficult.
Could have potted a yellow in the middle of the table. Cue would have been flying into balls everywhere, and no guarantees that was going to come out well. So took on the tricky red. If that had gone in, you'd feel that it would have been a fairly comfortable run to the line for another break clearance. But now it's stayed on the table. Harriet's an opportunity to go 2 clear.
You see people, don't you, players, and you know, quite often, how have you gone on? Stupid game.
Yeah.
and Pool gets you like that, doesn't it? You know, the ups and the downs, and it's very much a battle of the mind, you versus you, isn't it? When you're out there on the table.
Yeah, just take care of your own business, take care of your own chances.
Control the controllables.
Yeah, all those cliches, but they really do. They really do help.
Absolutely. And this one will hurt Lucy a lot. You know.
Yeah, finally Harriet puts together a really good finish. And 4-2 in front.
And sticking with the cut break for now. So she's made a ball, but that she was nearly so unlucky how that white ball got kicked towards the bottom right pocket then.
Once again, all the balls coming to the left-hand side of the table.
I know you like the variety in the break, Simon,
Yeah.
but I'm surprised that because they keep going so messy and because she's missed a couple of chances that you wouldn't expect, I'm surprised that she keeps using these because Harriet's got a lot of cue power, you know.
Yeah, I agree. But she's obviously had good success for it throughout the tournament and probably not allowing
others to take chances, yeah.
Allowing like a few dry breaks to change her mind from it. You know, she is having success with it, not the splits, just not particularly good.
True.
It's a ball off a ball to her into the left centre, but it's not really done her any favours. Almost a safety shot at the same time, which doesn't help if you make the ball. Bit of a nothing shot in the end. Not entirely sure what she was trying to do there, whether she's trying to tempt Harriet into taking on a tricky finish or just turning the table over and saying I don't really fancy it from where I've left it. But
Harriet's having none of it.
yeah, she's come in with a game plan here, not to be overly aggressive.
Yeah, she's comfortably lead at the moment. Lucy's made some mistakes that have cost, so she's quite happy to use this match clock.
Now, will she be more tempted? Red off the yellow. Yellow goes into the reds above it. Might open everything up here.
Of course she will. She'll be tempted. There you go. Boom.
Played with a huge amount of pace, really just trying to get some separation there, and played very well.
And it's turned out lovely for her as well, hasn't it?
Yeah, now everything goes. Oh, a good positional shot to get on this one on the left-hand side, which isn't that easy. Does look like she's got the angle now, if she wanted to track behind it, but looks like she wants to come down the table first. I think getting the cue ball back to where it is would be perfect. Oh, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. I'm not sure if she played the nudge the way she's got it, but
Lovely
if
shot.
she did, it's brilliant.
And these now, she just takes minds to work with this little shot here. Oh no, very straightforward for Harriet. I think she's, in this frame, she's steadied herself as well, hasn't she? I mentioned before how she picks up a pace. I think one fault that Harriet does sometimes have, and I hope she doesn't mind me saying this, is sometimes she'll try to go too quick. She tries to force that flow too much, and that's when the mistakes can come. it's nice to see her settling down in this and making sure, and she's got the 3-frame lead now.
Yeah, and an excellent clearance. Really was a high-quality clearance, that one from Harriet Haynes. A couple of really good shots in amongst it there. And yeah, I agree with you. I think there's no benefit to her rushing through finishes at this stage because she's got the advantage in the match, and just allowing the clock to tick down every second will help her at this point. But her normal rhythm is a lot quicker.
I think the match clock experience is showing there as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Many matches that she's played in the arena now in those conditions, so she's using that to her full advantage.
Of course, back against the wall then for Lucy Smith. Needs to win out from here.
Lucy Smith to break. Trailing 5 frames to 2.
3 straight frames to get it to a 6 red shootout in 11 minutes 15 seconds, or 4 straight for the victory.
I wouldn't mind a 6 red, Simon.
Yeah, you know exactly how it feels, having been involved in one yourself this weekend, and you won one this weekend as well.
I don't know how I'm built for comfort, not for speed, Simon. I'm no buzzer Alcrow.
Yeah, the old 1509. What a split this is, though, for Lucy. Maybe she'll get us to another 6 red shootout. Needs to win 3 from here, but this could be one of them. I say it's a very good split. Just the 2 reds together to this right-hand side. Just slightly awkward because you want to take the one nearest the pocket first. I'm not sure if she's on the one nearest the pocket. If not, does she get tempted by the plant? Just play a little cannon into the yellow.
She's definitely looking at the plant, isn't she?
Yeah. I think if she's not on the one to the bottom right, I think the plant would be tempting for me. Maybe she should come up to get a little bit straighter on the plant. She's played the gap once again, and this time I think she's got it.
I think I'd have been tempted with the plant anyway, because she's got a small window. Oh, and she's found it beautifully.
15-second shot clock in play.
That's another shot.
Yeah, beautiful shot that.
Yeah, played it well.
Can just play a little bump into the yellow or try and slide by it and take the 8-ball bottom left, either or. The worst thing she can do is just catch the yellow too thin, but she should be fine. In the end, she tries to avoid it and plays it with check to go into the opposite centre pocket, but plays it very well.
She does. That's a difficult shot on these tables, isn't it, to get the check side to react.
Our third break clearance in the match. Unfortunately for Lucy Smith, it's only led to 3 frames. The opportunities in the other frames have not been kind for her, but she's hanging tough. It's 5-3. That's all you can do in this situation. A reminder, if you're waiting for the Jack Whelan Jordan Shepherd Pro Series 8 final, they've had some history between those two. That is coming up after the presentation here for the Women's Series. Our final match here in Blackpool for the weekend. Should be an absolute belter as well. I expect that one to be a very high level. Both players flew through their respective semi-finals.
I can't wait for that one, Simon.
Should be good.
Absolutely.
Harriet Haynes to break. 5 frames to 3. Foul.
Wow, Harriet's gone in off, and the split's a little more even, but it's still got too many on the left-hand side. It's amazing how they've come out like this every time.
There's always that congestion, isn't there, around the left centre?
It's almost like we're playing on a table that's leading that way.
Yellow ball's in play.
Not the greatest of outcomes. These reds have come out well, the yellows not so. 2 yellows on the right-hand side, very awkward.
And I feel that's it. Oh, I thought that was a nice double then. I feel as though that 15-second shot clock has crept up on us as well. I didn't notice the transition.
Yeah, it did, yeah. Catches the players out as well out there. That transitional period is the tricky bit. Getting used to the 15. You'd say Harriet's first really good chance to win the title.
Extension, please.
Just taking her time with this one. There's not much room past that yellow next to the 8 ball. I think it's deceiving. And she's played it nice.
Beautiful shot. Now they are all there, laid out in front of her. Hold yourself together. And it's another title for Harriet Haynes.
And this has been a quality finish, hasn't it?
Yeah, missed a couple of chances early on in this match, but ever since she just edged herself in front, she has just raised her level higher and higher and taken out some beautiful finishes to smash through the door and win another title.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you very much for watching that match between myself and Lucy Smith. This match was a bit of a strange one for us both. In August 2023, Ultimate Pool released a statement saying they would ban myself for participation in the women's section. Naturally, things progressed after that and the rules were amended and the eligibility criteria was changed back to how it originally was and no discrimination happened. As you can see from my background, I always support Ultimate Pool. I think they're a fantastic organisation and I wish them the best all in the future as well. So going into this match, it was very, very surreal. Myself and Lucy met in the final for the first time. We didn't particularly play amazingly well. I mean, her break was phenomenal. It was a bit of a unique one, and because of that, and she'd been working on that, and because of that, it meant that her breaks were just splitting lovely and creating opportunities for her. And I think she had 2 or 3 break dishes in that match. The one time she didn't have a break dish, she missed a ball on the first attempt, and I went to clear on that break as well. So overall, I would say I would give myself probably a 4 or 5. I wasn't good. I was very nervous. I probably wanted that victory too much. And that meant that I didn't perform anywhere near to the caliber I normally perform at. I was very lucky to get a few frames from her errors. But yeah, I would probably say my performance 4.5 there. I think that's a fair number. I've done this in one take for the first time, so there's a lot of and ahhing, but I'm getting better at it, and I really appreciate you all being here. So if you could subscribe, click that like button, that'd be very much appreciated. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Take care.